What's up, guys? It's Mr. Fit to Flourish. Today is August 16th. Today was Friday 0DTE trading. And one thing that I wanted to talk about is reducing your risk size, especially on certain days. So when there's like jobless claim data or CPI data, macroeconomic data that comes in the morning and we get a print either direction, you can expect the trend to typically continue in that direction until it's proven otherwise. On Fridays with 0DTE, I like to trade 0 day to expiration options, which means it expires today, which is extremely volatile. And I understand how options move, so I'm able to do this. The only thing is, I know I need to decrease my risk by decreasing the amount that I'm putting on the trade. So typically, I'll put on $7,000 to $10,000 into a trade. Usually, I put a decent amount into a trade. And then I've been reducing my trade sizes now, so I'm trading more around $1,000 to $3,000 per trade, just because I'm refining my strategies and I'm getting way bigger gains because I'm not putting as much in my mind. It's like, oh, okay, I don't care if I go down. If I lose this $1,000, like I don't care. So I'm able to focus on the actual chart more now. And on 0DTE, I go even less. I go $300 to $500 per trade. Sometimes I'll still do like 1,500 if it's a very good setup, but if it's a 0DTE option, I'm not going to risk it, right? The option expires same day, so you got to be careful. You got to reduce your risk. You got to know when to reduce your risk, and that's how you stay in the game. You stay in the game longer and forever, really, if you know when to size in and when not to. If you don't understand options, I keep telling people, if you don't understand options, you don't understand how the Greeks work, and you've never really traded 0 days to expiration options, don't trade it. Do not trade it. And don't come to me when you're losing money on it because you don't know how to trade 0 day options. Because if it starts going the other way just for a couple ticks, you're cooked. You're cooked. That 500 is going to 100 in 10 seconds. But the opposite can happen where that 500 goes to like 2,500 in 5 seconds too. But you have to understand how the options move. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the screen here and show how I do my reviews every day and how I traded 0DTE today, August 16th. I traded Tesla, SPY, and I didn't do a 0DTE trade on NVIDIA. I'm swinging NVIDIA calls. But let me kind of just show how we got into these trades today. So today, my plan and what I saw was, okay, Tesla did a double top neckline the previous day, a pretty long term type of thing, rejecting off of this 215.44 key level, this yellow line. It had a neckline here at 213. So my plan today was, okay, I want to see, do we hold this sell zone, or do if we start moving down, I was going to get puts to 207, which is the next key level. Okay, but what happened was we got an immediate rip to the upside, a lot of buying pressure, and we reclaimed that neckline. So I was like, you know what? We're not doing puts. It looks very bullish today. So I looked market wide and saw, okay, well, are we getting buying across the market, or was this just an anomaly? And it looked like an over-exhausted bar, which is typically followed by a reversal, but we held pretty strong. So we held pretty strong, and then we broke above that 215 level. So my plan today was, if we break below this neckline and stay below, I'm getting puts. But if we break above 215, that was my other trigger, and that trigger is a call trigger for me. So I ended up getting calls right there. It looked pretty bullish. We had a kind of scary pullback here, but it was just a mean reversion. We pulled back to the mean, which was the 9MA. Let me zoom in there. We pulled back to the mean, which is the 9MA, and we also did a test of that 215.44, and we ended up ripping to the upside. So on that move, just from entering here, I entered here at about 216.13, and then I exited at 218. So off that $2 move, my contracts went up 57%. Okay, so I exited with 25 of my contracts. Sorry, Jesus. 25 of my contracts, and I left one in, or 24 of my contracts, and I left one in. So I just got 25 contracts, a pretty small position, and I left one in. And that one, let me go to here. Okay, and then that one ended up going to 96%. Okay, it went to 96%, and I just left it in. And then as you can see, Tesla ended up turning back around and it broke below the 20. Once it broke below the 20, I was like, all right, I'm taking it out. So when I took it out, it was only at 20%, but that was fine. I was like, that one was only 20%, but most of my contracts were, let me see here. Okay, so here, Tesla moved up, turned around, broke below the 20 here, and that one went to 20%, but it doesn't matter because most of my contracts were up here and it was up pretty big. But yeah, Tesla ended up coming back down pretty quickly. But that was a good play, a good 0 DTE play there. Lots of momentum, good move up. Now the rest of my trades look pretty good. Again, pretty small positions, like $300, $400 positions. My NVIDIA position was a lot larger because it's a swing trade. But again, these two SPY calls were 0 DTE calls or 0 DTE plays. So really small $300, $400, $300, $500 positions. And they went 120 and 128%. Definitely took profit immediately. I'm just showing this because I don't do screenshots because none of the best traders do screenshots. So I used to do screenshots and like, oh look, I made this much. But if you actually make money all the time, you don't do screenshots and you keep all that stuff to yourself. And that's what I've seen from Mark Minervini and a lot of the best traders. They don't flex because it's like it's known. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. We know how to trade. So I'm staying away from doing screenshots. But someone mentioned in the comments the other day, hey, show your gains. That's as much as I'll show. And I put some of the gains in the thumbnails too, just like low key sometimes when I take screenshots. But I'm getting away from taking screenshots entirely, and I'm only talking about trading in the process because people get too caught up in the dollar amount, like, oh, you made 10K, oh wow, you made 8K, and then like they think that trading is fake or that they suck because they can't get 10K, but you just started. So anyways, I'm trying to stay away from that. Anyways, pretty nice stuff here. So yeah, nice move to the upside. So how do I go back and document these trades? So I kind of wanted to take a look at SPY today. SPY. So my entry on SPY was on this upward curl here, on this slingshot bar, right before the break of these highs. And my stop, I said my stop was going to be at the bottom side of this wick. If we broke below that, then I was like, all right, we're cooked. We're probably coming down. But we had a really nice slingshot doji. I talk about this in another setup video just a couple days ago. And then we got the 9MA crossover, so the pink line crossing above the 20. Perfect entry would have been there. So a couple good entry possibilities here. So the first one being the slingshot doji here. We're bouncing off of this trend line. Come back down, test that trend line. And I think this trend line actually goes pretty far back. Yeah, it goes pretty far back, but I just drew it from here. So nice upward move here, curling up. A lot of bottom side wicks here. A lot of bottom side wicks showing buyers stepping in. And then we even take out this massive top side wick on this bar and on this bar too. Good entries. I actually think I did get in here actually. Pretty sure I got in there because that was the break of that bar. Yeah, so that was the break of that bar. But then another pretty decent entry here as well. And then we ended up taking out that high, and we had a massive rip to the upside. And so my 0 DTEs I got down here at 553.06-ish. And then I ended up exiting here at 554 on this wick. I saw the wick start to form. I wanted to get into 555 because my calls would have been in the money, and it would have been like over 200%, but we ended up selling back down. So I ended up exiting around 120, 120% on those. It was just small plays though. It's not like I put in 10K and went up 10K today. Not today. Today was Friday, 0 DTE, so I'm being very, very careful with how much I'm risking. My goal is only 500 a day because obviously I have a 6-figure job, and that allows me to just kind of relax when I'm trading. I'm not pressured to make a ton of money trading. I want to focus on the process. And then later on, I'm going to go back into sizing how I was sizing before, but I really am focusing currently on refining my trades to be extremely consistent and extremely picky. I'm pretty good, pretty consistent, making pretty good money. But it's not just about the money to me. It's about becoming the best and doing really well in terms of selecting winning strategies and winning trades. So don't focus on the money. Focus on the process. Like Kobe focused on the process, and he became a champion inevitably. So again, focus on the process. I keep getting questions about why am I not winning? Because you don't like the process. You just want money. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Anyways, yeah. So I'm looking at that. So gap down, move to the upside. Put in a micro double top here. Sold off to the downside. Put in a lower low. Bottom side wick. Had a pretty good push to the upside, but then immediately rejected. So it's just some strange wicks here. Whenever I see a ton of wicks, I just kind of stay away from trading. But then we started to get a nice little curl up here, and we also bounced off the trend line. We were bouncing off the trend line. I was looking to go short, but we kept bouncing off of this trend line. I was like, okay, we're gonna hold. If we're bouncing off of the trend line, we're putting in higher lows. We're gonna hold. We're gonna rip. So it's a matter of just getting on calls. I hate getting calls, but it's what we had to do here. And then we had the 9MA curl over, move to the upside. And yeah, optimal entries anywhere, pretty much anywhere in here. And then if you didn't get in there, well, you could have took the breakout here, either here or confirmed breakout here. And then from 553.95, you would have had a $1 move to the upside, retrace to the 9MA. And then up here at 555, there is a ton of resistance from a previous day. If we scroll over, so we went right to this high. So that's something to just be aware of. Always look back to see what are we hitting here. Well, we're hitting these highs from August 1st. Okay, so from the beginning of the month, we're testing the high of the month. So yeah, we're not getting past that. Not today. Okay, not today, my friend. So just be aware of that. And that is all. But yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Just a little review of how I do my Friday trades, super small sizing. And again, overall this second half of the year, I'm just decreased sizing and increasing my percent gains, like just letting the plays run, being picky. And the gains are just as much as when I do larger ports because I allowed the trade to run. And I use the leverage that options allow. So any questions, drop them in the comments. It's Mr. Fit to Flourish. I'm out. Good morning, welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Let's talk wellness, finance, and growth.